Excited.
Halo Reach, go!
Halo!
No, I mean, this thing came out. It was on store shelves yesterday. It's a,
yes.
For those who still don't know.
A few people might have bought it.
I think a handful of dudes lined up.
Yeah.
It's a prequel leading up to the events of the first Halo.
And I can actually tell you, like, I have played every Halo game, and I have played them to completion. I've repeatedly played them. This is the first Halo game where I can tell you what happened from start to finish.
I was just going to say.
Every single thing in the story, I'm like, okay, now we are going over here to accomplish this, as opposed to, like, what's the plant?
Yeah, where's the diamond on the screen?
The grave mind is all of us. What does that mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I didn't get all that. But is there any flood in it? That's all I need to know.
Just
fantastic! Best Halo ever. No, you're a member of the Noble 6 team, and you're on Planet Reach.
You're a member of the Noble team, and you are number 6.
You are number 6.
Right.
You're the 6th Noble member of a team.
It doesn't really matter.
Filled with nobility, and you're on Reach. And
the best part, or the part I'm very excited about, you get to play as a chick.
Oh, that's cool.
If you want to, I chose to.
So is your armor like floral patterned and you're weaker, or? No, I'm saying there's trade-offs. There's trade-offs in every character.
Get out.
Sorry. No, I do like that you finally get a choice to play.
I mean,
is it?
Yeah.
Oh my, of course it is.
I don't know. I just lavender.
But it is an important decision because when you start off the game, that's the first thing you do is choose who you're going to play as.
And you can actually choose a lot of different armor, and they're actually, it's all cosmetic. It doesn't actually have any effect. You think it does because it says all these things about, like, lighter but stronger. It doesn't do anything.
Right, no, you're spending made-up credits on made-up things that don't really affect anything.
I think that was the point of the internet.
But it looks pretty.
Yes, and the story is good. You're part of the team. You're not really supposed to leave your team. You're supposed to stay with them. And the interesting part about it is that you can now, theoretically flank, and someone can kind of be the tank and that kind of thing.
But now this looks different, like. There's space combat?
There is space combat. There's not a ton of space combat. There's kind of like a small chunk of space combat. But it's fun, and it works like you would expect, and it actually serves well to kind of break up the combat a little bit. I mean, of course, you're a badass pilot, too, because you're awesome in purple.
Lavender.
Lavender. Yes.
But there's new armor abilities, though, and new vehicles this time around. Like, are they really fresh concepts?
Well, they're actually in the single player and the multiplayer, and some of the abilities, there's one called Armor Lockup, where basically you're becoming vulnerable for a period of time.
Right.
And this is useful, for example, you're looking at it right now, this is useful for if you're trying to be a tank, someone can come around and flank. There's speed, which is, it's always handy. You can just kind of sprint for a short distance.
Or great for a cross-country drive.
There's also a hologram where you can send a fake you out and everyone starts attacking that fake you.
Right, Total Recall style, very cool.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to use them, but I kept finding myself being like, oh, you know what would be really handy right now? This armor ability I'm forgetting to use.
Right, in the few hours that I played, I kept forgetting that I had them. I was like, I should probably find a reason to use them.
Right.
But you certainly don't have to, I think.
You don't have to, but they definitely come in handy.
Right.
They come a little bit more handy in multiplayer, I think. But we're going to talk about that.
They definitely do, yeah. But before we get to multiplayer, obviously we have different vehicles. The forklift.
Whoa. The people have been clamoring for a forklift for a long time, and I think Bungie has finally delivered on that.
Finally delivered on the useless forklift.
Everybody kind of gets in the forklift, drives around a little bit, and be like, I am getting shot right now, and I'm going to get out of the forklift. But it has the standard vehicles, get work. I'm too excited. You have your Warthog and you have your Ghost.
It's that forklift chat. We know. Webb has a thing for the lifts. Regarding multiplayer, which is, for many, the reason to own this game, some of them don't even touch the single player. If they weren't in the beta, how is it?
The multiplayer is a lot of fun, and I should definitely say, people, please check out the multiplayer. If the only thing you do is check out the co-op, 4-player co-op with your friends in the single-player campaign is a lot of fun. There's also something called Firefight. It was an ODST, but it's a little bit different now, but it's Horde mode. I mean, if people haven't checked it out, it's a lot of fun, and then you can play against another player, or you can play with your friend. And
Headhunter's been sort of modified as well now.
Yeah, and that was a favorite of the beta, where basically, like, you had a skull, and then when you died, the skull was now up for grabs and that kind of thing. So there are a lot of really popular multiplayer modes that people are going to explore and have a good time with. And
so here's the thing. When I played a co-op, I had a blast, and it's mostly because, I mean, any game where you're playing with your friends, for the most part, when you're all running around at the same time, that's a fun experience.
Yes.
When I popped this in single player, the moment I hit the ground, I was like, I've played this game before. many times. It was familiar weapons, familiar environments, the same kind of enemies. I mean, yes, the AI was good and things look a little better.
Now the Needler reloads instead of having to find a new Needler.
Right. So, hoorays! That's
totally
worth
different.
$60.
I was kind of excited.
No. I mean, the multiplayer, for multiplayer Halo fans alone, of course, they already have it. They're going to have it. But for someone who isn't going to play this for months and months on end, can you tell them it is the best Halo game ever, or tell them it's that revolutionary?
It's a hard question, because can you really judge Halo 1 by today's standards?
I can judge anything in any way. You tell me. No, that's a valid point. It's hard to go back and go, well...
The first time you put in Halo, the first Halo, and you were like, this is amazing. I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, you know, we've seen this pattern before. Sometimes you're feeling like, gosh, a cover mechanic sure would be awesome, because it's so standard in shooters now.
And that was the other thing, is that when I pop in a Halo game, I'm still expecting that, gosh, this is amazing. Like, I'm still expecting that, and I didn't quite get it with this one.
But it is good. It is very tight. The multiplayer is very tight. The controls, they've made a few small modifications that really are fantastic. And it's a lot of fun. And if you've always hated Halo, this is not going to change your mind.
Okay, all right. But hey, I think the majority of people out there love the franchise, to say the least. So what is X-Play giving it?
5 out of 5.
Done and done. There you go. Halo Reach.
Yes.
It's in stores right now.